people who wondering why the breakthrough ain't came yet. Your breakthrough ain't came yet because it's tied to the deliverance of too many other people. And this is what I mean when I say that. You've been waiting on something. You've been feeling something is to come. And the reason it's delayed is because when it happened, your praise is going to be too loud. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your praise is gonna be too loud, and that releases and break the chains off of other people. And that's why the enemy works so hard for you not to get what it is get where you trying to go. Because it's some of us who know, regardless of how much he do, it could be this small or it could be that big. It's attached to you telling other people how it happened, and that's what most people don't give the Most High the glory. Most people don't shout. Most people don't. It's attached to setting somebody else free. And when you set somebody else free, that's a form of discipleship, because that same person gonna do just like the woman at the well. The woman at the well, her freedom, when she talked to the king and she said, it's a man that's gonna come and tell us all things. When he said, I am him, and she struck off running. She didn't care nothing about her shame. She didn't care nothing about her insecurities. She didn't care nothing about what she been through. She didn't care nothing about being exposed. Only thing she cared about was praising and telling, hey, I met a man, listen to me, who told me all things. And it's the same thing that's when it's attached to your gift and what it is that's in you. The only reason why the team ain't came the way it needed to come, because they already know, if the enemy know, if the person get the team that they keep praying for, I know what's gonna happen. The reason you ain't got in a position to create that business, because that business is it's gonna be tied to the financial blessing as well. It's too many of us, if we get the financial blessing, we already know that it's gonna be attached to the kingdom. That's why I said what I was saying the other day about the vision board. It's a lot of people who making vision boards, but guess what? If that stuff manifests in your life and it wasn't connected to the king, you can't say it came from him, because it's too many of us. If we make a vision board and it's all attached to ministry, if we get the home and we get the car and we get all these other things, guess what we gonna do? We gonna shout it from the rooftop. He said, let your light shine so that they may see and glorify me who is in heaven. It's a lot of people who making vision boards, but when you get the stuff, you saying you thank you in private. You ain't never shouting it. You saying you thank you because you feel like you obligated to, when you know you ain't did no form of ministry. It's people like me. Listen, I go back and look at how much I did in the last how many ever months. And I watch people that I know that ain't connected to ministry. I ain't hating on you. I ain't mad. I ain't tripping. I understand my motivation and I know where my help come from. So it is what it is. And whatever it takes, we're going to go through whatever it takes, because the process is the most important part. Because one thing we know about the enemy is he don't get to see the future. Because if he seen the future, he would have never did what he done when it came to Judas and thought that he was going to trick the king and do what he done. What he did was he said it, he put him on that cross, and he ended up setting us free. So one thing I ain't worried about is the enemy understanding the process. So while you sitting here thinking you blocking me from getting wherever I'm going, eventually I'm gonna get there. And then when I get there, you know it's gonna have to happen anyway. The process is important because it has to build my character. See, it's a lot of people who say that's theoretical. And the reason they'll say it's theoretical, they'll say because that's how you coping with it. That's how you telling your brain these things so you can try to make some sense as to why you ain't reached the financial freedom level that you really want to get to. You try to make sense as to why you still got these blockers and stuff in front of you. There's too many people who will say that's theoretical. Listen to me. If you go through the scripture, then you will understand it was a process for everything. And when you're going through certain things, listen, my character, my patience, all these things got to work together. It ain't just you get there and you got the money. Because if you get there and you got the money, but you don't have the heart, you don't have the understanding, you don't have the financial literacy, you will get there and you will blow it. If you don't have the communication skills that you need, you might get there and your patience get in the way and you say something you ain't got no business saying. Or you might get there too easy, and if you get there too easy, then guess what? You might not appreciate it the way that you need to appreciate it when will you get to where you going? See, it's just too many people. The process is everything to me. And I ain't tripping on the process. You know why? I'm already in debt to the Most High anyway. After all that I done been through, I don't deserve none of what I have anyway. So if it take another 10 years in order for me to get what I'm seeing, to get to the land of milk and honey, that's just what it is. Because I promise he could have took me a long time ago. Could have crippled me a long time ago. Matter of fact, could have took some of the people that I know I need to be here and never attach me to them. I'm cool with however you want to do this. And see, that's what most people don't want to get to in their life. Listen to me. Sometimes you gotta let the Most High know, listen, I'm cool with however you want to do this. I understand I'm going to get frustrated at times. That's just the human nature in me. It's the human nature in me to look at certain things. It ain't got nothing to do with jealousy. It ain't got nothing to do with me it ain't got nothing, and I can be impatient at times. That's cool. It ain't got nothing to do with me being envious or me not being happy for other people. I just understand that what's in me is powerful as well. And I watch other people do it, and it happens. It's certain people who got on TikTok after me, and they have exceeded me, but they don't work hard as me. And see, and when you see that, it's the enemy play on you like, what am I doing wrong? And how is this and how is that? And the first thing I have to do is understand. Hold on now, you're starting to sound a little ungrateful because what you do have, it's been able to work with what's going on. But this is what I need you to understand. They not going to do what you going to do when you get to the place of where they are. And I'm cool with that. So you know what? Take your time and however you need to do it. Take your time and however you need to do it. Because I promise you, when it do happen, because if he bless me in the morning, that's why, if the course that I got on here right now for $4.99, my book says in my merch. If I went to sleep tonight and woke up a millionaire, listen to me. It's no doubt in my mind when he say what's the two greatest commandments, and one of them was love him with all your heart, mind, and strength. I will wake up in the morning and shut down everything. And I ain't saying that it will take for that to happen for me to shut down there. I just know for a fact what I would do. The schools, the hospitals, the land, the farming, all of that. I'm so ready to recreate the book of Acts. Listen to me, where we all had everything in common. I don't care nothing about this stuff, man. That's the truth. I promise you. I really don't. The goal in my heart is to see the people of the King in the position that they should be in the condition that we should be in. The goal is to see the love the way it should be. The goal is to see the encouragement the way it should be. The goal is to see us being healed and understanding who we are when it comes to him. That is the goal. And some of us just know you have that heart, and that's why it's so hard on you to get where it is you're trying to go. And let me tell you something about Moses. Listen to me. Moses went through what he went through. His own brothers crossed it. For one, his own brother was willing to betray him and tell him whatever he had to tell. He had to leave, and when he leave, and then when he ran into the burning bush, stay with me. I'm finna tell you something. When he ran into the burning bush and he heard the voice of the Lord, and he turned and he did what he did with the staff, and he went back and he told him, "Set my people free." Listen to what I'm telling you about Moses. Moses was already going through the process. Already had felt the betrayal. Already had felt the people. Listen to me. The people got so frustrated and impatient. Them folks was ready to turn around and go back after they seen the Most High part the Red Sea for them, homie. After they was getting chased by them folks, they watched all of these things. It got to a place. Listen to what I'm finna tell you, because some of us are dealing with the same situation Moses had dealt with. You got the heart to love on your people. You try to do something for them, and they do. You just, what you gonna do? The same thing you did to me. And then from there, you feel like you gotta get away from that person. And then the Most High still tell you to go back and free them same people. And then when you go back and free them, and they see that something has changed in your life, something is working for you on the behalf of something. But the Most High hand has got to be in this situation. Them folks are still, listen to me. It got to the point where Moses, because of them people, the man started losing it within himself. If you go, when he started struggling with his faith, that's why he had to tap that rock and that for that water. He started struggling with his own faith. Because you start seeing, but you know, and then you have to get to a point of where you remember. Because the enemy is so crafty, he make you forget the things that had happened. How does Moses start dealing and struggling with faith when he parted the Red Sea? That's crazy, ain't it? You have to pay attention to that. It's some of us who done got frustrated to the point that we forgot that moment when we shouted and praised because he healed you or he showed up on time. It was something that you know within yourself. It was a vision you seen. It was a dream you had. It was an unmistakable encounter. And it's something just as simple as a frustration where you act like you don't forget what he did. But listen, I still ain't done with you. The whole time he was promising Moses to see the land of milk and honey, he never saw it. It's some of us right now who got a vision, and you're not even gonna get to see it. Because what you carrying is only gonna carry is for you to carry the people to the goal line, and that's painful. That's painful when you know that his hand been on you and you have to go through all that you want to go through, and the promises and the people that you carrying ungrateful, ain't listen, undeserving. They don't like to listen. They hard, stiff neck, and the whole time you carrying them enough for them to see what it is that you saw you saw it yourself. Do you know how painful that is? But that's what it is though for most of us. Just like the king was a ransom for many, some of us you a ransom. You a ransom for many. You're only supposed to go so far, and when you get there, it's meant for them to carry the torch. So I'm gonna say this to you: whoever it is that he don't put in your circle, whoever it is that he got you carrying, please make sure that you make sure they can carry the torch when you get there, because you might not get to go. This stuff is so, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know it's a lot of us who you see the vision. You what you heard, let me say this. What you heard in your spirit was correct. Don't you think for 1 minute, because it has not happened yet. It ain't got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with you being imperfect. It ain't got nothing to do with your flaws. It ain't got nothing to do that you didn't do something on time when it listen. Because if the Most High said it, listen, it's on his time, and I promise you, it's got to happen either way. And I'm gonna tell you why it's got to happen either way. Because it's his will. And if it's his will, it's nothing you could do. See, we get in our own mind and our own flesh and we blame it and we say, maybe it's something I did. Maybe it's something I haven't done. Maybe it's something I've been procrastinating with. You can procrastinate all you want. Listen, you can go out and do whatever it is that you've been doing to keep, but I promise, if he said it, it's nothing you could do to stop the will of the king. Nothing. If you go read the scripture about that prophet, when he told him, don't you go back that way, and he ended up going that way and he got ate up, and then them people came through and they seen him, they said, ain't that the prophet of the Lord? And they said, since he's no longer with us, is the visions, he said, if the king said it, regardless of if he's not alive, no, the vision still got to go forth. The vision is still gonna go forth. It ain't nothing you done. It ain't nothing you could do to speed it up. You could probably get better at some things after when he told you. That's just a form of that could be a form of trust. But I promise you, just like he used a prostitute, he used a homeless person that we look down on. Do you know how many homeless people done spoke a word? Huh? You know how many homeless people done spoke a word and the word is still in them? It ain't had nothing to listen to me. He knew they were going to be homeless before that. He knew that when he said that, I knew you before the womb. He knew them folks were going to be homeless, looking raggedy, no haircut, and smelling funky. But it was going to be somebody that was coming out of the gas station and probably said something. And when they opened up their mouth, gave them a word. It had the word is going to go forth. The word is gonna go forth. Just because you got a judgmental heart and that person and me, for instance, came out of prison. I'm talking about had a horrible life, lived a horrible life. I'm talking about was just awful. If he knew before the wound, get what he said. I know you. I knew you was gonna be out here thinking you was John Wick. I knew you were gonna sell dope. I knew you were gonna be sleeping with all them women. I knew you was gonna be doing all of that. But guess what? I knew you before the wound. The word was already spoke. Regardless of what you think you might finna get in the way of, you gonna do what I'm gonna tell you to do. You can't change it. It wasn't nothing I could do that was gonna stop what you see today. Nothing. You can't get in the way of the word. Quit thinking you can get in the way of the word. You can't. He too powerful. He too powerful. You can't get in the way of his word. That's insane to think that. It's insane to think that, man. But yeah, man, look, I don't feel it no more. I ain't gonna keep talking when I know it's over with. I ain't gonna try to drag it. It is what it is, man. Look. Yeah. I quit getting on here telling stories, man, because listen, I saw too much. I saw too much, and then I seen the control that this internet, this hold that it has on people, man, and how it affect people and how people get so caught up in getting on this thing and breaking their neck on here, man. It's people, listen, man, if these people, same way, it's people who get on here, and I promise you, they on this thing 13 hours a day. If I'm on here the majority of the time, I'm studying. You know what I'm saying? I use social media. I see what's going on. I try to pay attention to certain things and how I can market, how I can promote. I pay attention to social media a certain way because I want to be strategic and I want to be intentional when I do make posts and when I do things, you know what I'm saying? Now and then I might get bored and I might stroll for hours as well. But I promise you, the internet is business. It's business first with me. It's business first with me because I do know that I'm in Dallas. I do know how valuable the internet could be, especially if you want to use it for a form of work. If you're trying to be an entrepreneur, I promise you, I don't care who you are. I don't care about if you're shy. I don't care if you feel like it's just not for you. I promise you, it's a way for you to make money on this internet. However you choose to make it and how much you want to make, that's really on you. But I promise you, in this right here, listen, it's. Yeah, man. Hey, that's crazy that you said that. That was one of the things, when I was in the cell with my daddy that was probably one of the first things that shocked me because I had never been around him. And when I listened to him, I used to say things like, man, he's saying that the same way I would say it. Like, genetics is powerful. And which he had a moment too when he said, my pops got a book too. It's on my website. It's called Rivals. The word don't change. If you ain't already got my book, it's on sale right now for $12.99. Where do I get the info to complete the book? It's on my page right there. I don't know if you can see it. Now my daddy got 2 licenses. If you see that, it's a link. It should be a link somewhere on my page that say how to write a book. It's $4.99. It should be a link somewhere on my page. My website is jtb3.org. My website is also on my page. If you go to my profile page, jtb3.org is my website for the book. The book is on sale right now for $12.99. I'm gonna put the sweaters back. I'm gonna put these back on here tomorrow. I don't want to put them on there right now because I gotta show somebody how to do it. Do you do consulting for writers? I will. But Duffy, I can tell you right now, Duffy, in that course I got for $4.99, I think I got 6 different classes on there, like six different courses. Whatever you about to ask me, I guarantee you I covered it on there. I will guarantee you it's on there. When it came to marketing, when it comes to promoting, when it comes to strategy, when it comes to using social media, when it comes to my resources, everything, listen. I dropped every gem that I have in their course. If anybody got any questions after their course, they couldn't. They didn't. I'm 36. I just turned 36 December 6th. Listen, I drop every single gem, everything that I use, everything I use. But look, man, I feel like calling my daughter, man. I'm finna get off here. Man, y'all be blessed. I'm finna call my baby, man. While I'm thinking about it. Man, y'all be blessed. Y'all hold it down. It's your boy.